how I see it is that the patients are so many. So like they can easily forget about you. Then she was pushing it and pushing. Like I was like, hey. I was like, ow. Then she said, is it that painful? And I'm looking at her and I'm like, if it's not that painful, he's screaming. Yeah, they don't say
They are very nice.
They are very
nice, handsome guys.
Yeah, they're even the students. You know, come around and come and ask a question. I'm just looking at them like there's some guy.
Hey guys, welcome back today with Esenam. I don't even know if it's doing anymore though, but alright, so I'm Esenam Deborah, and joining me here today is
Manuela Boate.
Emanuela, I call her Ella. So in today's video, thanks so much for joining us though. I appreciate you so much. And in today's video, she's going to share her experience with us. Guys, have you ever been to the hospital? What was your experience like? You know, can you share with us what your experience was like in a typical Ghanaian hospital, especially when you are using national health insurance? All right guys, please forgive all the background noises and all of that. We have a lot of parasites here today. Anyways, so yeah, you're welcome back to the channel.
Thank you.
So how was it like? What happened to you though?
Okay, so for like 2 months I had severe abdominal pain, and then it was so bad I was even vomiting. I was running. And then I remember at first I was trying to endure it because it was...
Hold on, the vomiting part. Your mom...
You understand?
Like, you are definitely...
You understand? Yeah, I'm even getting there. I'm getting there. So like, I thought, you know, you see how... Okay, you're female. So you know how period is. Yeah, so you know you have like really bad... But this one, you could feel that it started with the waist, and then it continued with the back pain. So it was radiating. And then it was like period back pain, but it was worse, like 10 times worse. I couldn't. So I was trying to endure it. I thought, because my period was supposed to come soon. So I'm like, maybe it's just period. I said, nah, it got worse. And then I remember, like, I was literally crawling on the floor. My God. And I called to, like, my mom's room. I banged the door and I was like, Shala, I'm in pain. And then she calls my sister-in-law and my brother. My sister-in-law is a doctor. She's a dentist though, but like most of the time when we are sick, we go to her and everything. And then they were like, nah, the way the pain is going, they have to rush me to Nyaho. So they rush me, they take me emergency. At first they thought I have an ulcer too, so they thought it was ulcer. So they gave me like an antacid suspension, but everything that goes inside, I'm just throwing up. So when I get there, the first thing they asked me, are you pregnant? I said, no, I'm not pregnant. Then they asked me again, are you pregnant? So they thought I was pregnant, but long story, they couldn't figure out what it was. They thought it was a stone. Then they discharged me. I went home, the pain started again. The next day now. And then I went to see a physician specialist. It was just a lot of back and forth for like 2 months or 3 months. Yeah, I was so much pain. So yeah, and because I had an ulcer, so they couldn't give me a lot of the pain medication. So I was struggling, and then they gave me Doretta. That was like, it had a little tramadol, so it makes me sleep. I could barely walk and everything. And then so after our exams, and then
you were able to write the exams. Yeah,
it disappeared for like some time, and then after exams, I don't know, it just came out of nowhere, and then it was so bad. And then I went to the hospital, and then my physician specialist was like, I should just do a CT scan with contrast, so they see what is going on like in my abdominal area. And then when they did it, they found that I had a kidney stone, and they're like, it's been there for so long. It was actually a ureteric stone. That's like in your urethra, so it's a stone, but it's in your urethra, not in your kidney.
Like a physical stone.
Well, they said it's very tiny. Like it's very, very tiny, but like it causes a lot of damage.
But what causes that? Like, is it something with you ate or something?
So my calcium was high, so they were thinking too much milk, too much cheese and stuff. But I don't really drink milk like that, and I don't really eat a lot of cheese. But when after my doctor told me that mostly not drinking enough water, eating too much salt, and some people have meat gluttony, so they eat a lot of meat, so that can also like cause like the stomach.
Save my life, Jesus.
Yeah. So when they found out, my doctor was like, she started panicking because it said that in the reports that it was affecting my left kidney. And she was like, she doesn't want me to lose my kidney, so she wants me to keep both kidneys. So I had to have like emergency surgery and then everything. Yeah, so I was referred to Korlebu.
1 minute of silence before we dive into Korlebu. What? Korlebu, I learned that in Ghana, when you are sent to Korlebu and they write you off, that means you should start preparing for your funeral.
Oh yeah, because when I was even there was a woman that was opposite me, And then her daughter was kind of nice because my family didn't really stay. They'll come maybe if you need something, they'll bring it to you, and then they'll go. But sometimes the doctors don't come around a lot, so they can come very late, and then maybe you need a medication or something. So there was this girl there who brought her mom. Apparently her mom had an accident. They were there for like a month and I think 2 weeks or so. So she was the one helping me. Like she would go and book an X-ray for me. She would buy medicine and all of that. Yeah. So she was there for quite some time. And yeah.
Helped you. And was she like a nurse?
No, she was helping her mom. She was there all the time, like from morning to like evening. Yeah.
How about the nurses? Because I know like Korlebu is a teaching hospital, so definitely they'll be having like these teaching students, like this nursing students around and all of that. Or they don't come around to help the patients and all
so I was in the floor they put me in. That one I saw a lot of the students there. So like I remember when they were prepping me for surgery, she had to come and give me an IV. And she did the thing. I said, this thing that she's done. Because before that I was admitted the student. So when she did it, I was like, the way she's doing this thing, it hasn't entered properly. And then she did it when she was doing it, and she was flashing it. They have to flash it to make sure that it's in well. I told her that it's hitting. And she was like, I thought she would remove it. She didn't remove it. So my hand was hurting for the longest time till I went to like the operating room. So I told the anesthesiologist that my hand is hurting. They were like, oh, they'll change it for me. So eventually the anesthesiologist removed it because the surgery didn't come on that day. Yeah, that's what happened. It was painful. I told her my hand is hurting because I've been sick for like months. So like I'd had IV, so I know how it's supposed to be. But this thing, and you could see it. But you're not usually supposed to see it like that. I could see it like it's like a pijabi.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Don't worry.
So how was your experience in general at Korlebu?
My experience, it wasn't so good because in the hospital like at Korlebu, it's like your family can't really, you don't have a private room. There are so many people there, so it's like you don't really have privacy. And then the doctors come around, because when the doctors come around, your family has to go out. So it's like you're alone. You're literally alone. It's just you, like, and they have visiting hours. I think their visiting hours, the times are
too short.
No, it's like, how can you have visiting at 7 a.m.?
Hey, 7 a.m.
7 a.m. 7 a.m. It's too early. It's too early. And I think the next one is, I think, 4 to 5 or something. I don't really remember the evening one. But yeah. Yep.
Wow. 7 a.m. Is it because of those who do Abaye Juma, like government work and all of that?
I don't know, but I think it's too early.
It's definitely too early.
Yeah, I feel like they should open it up maybe in the afternoon day. So maybe like lunch break you can, and it's like 1 hour. like I said, that girl that was her mother was like that girl. She's like, they don't live in Accra, so it's like, and the way her mother's case, so her mother couldn't even get her. I didn't even see her mom's face. Like her mom was like bedridden, literally. So like someone like that, you want us to be going and coming in, and like her mother to get thirsty, and then like she get hungry, she has to feed the mother because the mother can't eat. And so she said,
let's go to the day you had your surgery. What happened?
So the day I had my surgery, so I was supposed to have my surgery on, I think, Friday, but then it didn't come on. They had like a lot of emergency cases.
The day the lady tried
your hand
with
so they had a lot of emergency cases, so they didn't do it that day. And they told me that Saturday morning they'll do it. Saturday morning, my mom and my brother came around. We're sitting there waiting. Nobody is coming around. No doctors are coming around. What is happening? So that's when my sister-in-law calls a colleague of hers. They're like, her sister-in-law is at Korlebu, and that she's supposed to have like a surgery that day, but like no doctors have come around, nothing. Like, he's the one supposed to, I don't even know how, but he's the one even supposed to do the surgery. So then like they'll come around, but they had a lot of patients, so they are now going for rounds and everything. So he came, and then he told the nurses to prep me for surgery, so they'll bring you a gown.
I'm just wondering, what if your sister-in-law had not called that doctor?
Well, they said they were coming around, so because we sat there for a long time. Yeah.
Wow.
But they said they were coming around, so I guess they were coming around. So They finally came. So he came and they told them they should prep me for surgery, that they'll have the surgery today. But they were like, they have cases. They'll do it today, but maybe just a little late. So they came and then they gave me a gown and then they give you a cloth. Yeah, so you have to change into the gown, remove everything. If you have piercings, you wear beads, everything. You have to remove everything. And then from there, some men will come and put you on some bed and they'll push you out. Push you out, yes. And then they'll put you in the elevator and then you go to like the operating room. And then, but before the surgery, you have to they write a list of stuff you need for the surgery. So you have to get all those like things before. And when you get there, before you ring a bell, there's a line. So you ring a bell and then some people will come inside and then will look at your paper and say, okay, what procedure are you doing? And then they'll check all the things you're supposed to bring. Yeah, to make sure. And then if they'll give you like a hairnet to cover your hair. And then if everything is fine, you go inside. And then, because like the operating theaters are not free, so like maybe they're having a surgery, so you wait outside. So you're lying outside and you're lying there and it's cold.
Naked.
Oh no. No. Okay, well you're actually naked, but like you're wearing a gown though. But like
a gown.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was the procedure? Was it painful?
Well, they gave me anesthesia, general anesthesia. So I was off. I just remember, so they didn't set a line before I got there. The nurses didn't do it. So the anesthesiologist inserted it and then they gave me some water. Because they asked me the last time I drank water, because I'm not supposed to eat or drink. I had literally been starving for like 2 days.
Before because it initially was supposed to be like Friday.
Yeah.
And then they postponed it to Saturday.
So I only ate Friday evening. And then I couldn't release. You know that thing, you're hungry for a long time. So yeah. So they gave me some water. And I can't drink water too. So you will be thirsty. So just like hydrate me a bit. And then when it was time, I was there and then my doctor came. And then he came to explain the whole procedure to me. And then they'll ask you questions like, do you drink? Do you smoke? Or like, do you have any medical conditions?
But
so that's
isn't it in their file? When you go there, don't they send like every other medical, because you were transferred from Nyaho to Korlebu, right?
No, I was transferred from Life Healthcare.
Okay, to Korlebu. So definitely you would go with your file and everything. They should know.
I went with the referral form, and nobody asked me my allergy. So it's when I got there and then they asked me like, are you asthmatic and all of that, and I told them. That's when they're like, so where's your inhaler and stuff. And I always keep it with me and like a preventive. So in my head I'm like, so if not for this and if not for the fact that I always keep it with me, and my asthma's not even serious, so but I always keep it on me, like what would they have done? Would they have cancelled the surgery and told me to go back? Because nobody told me anything. So it was one of the doctors. I told him where it was in my bag and he had to go back and go and bring it for me to use.
Do you think it has to do with like maybe the nurses? For instance, they were supposed to give you something before the surgery.
How I see it is that the patients are so many. So like they can easily forget about you. So it's not necessarily. So it's like I feel like maybe if a nurse comes, they assume that okay, this nurse has already done this. But maybe the nurse too has forgotten. But the nurses weren't that nice.
They weren't that nice. And nurses actually nice. But nurses are nice. Some of them are nice. So I had this experience with a nurse when I was in primary, and up to now, I still remember that face. Yes. Okay, yeah, because there was. And I think they were in those kind of maintain kind of uniform. And you see, Pantai Hospital has a nursing training school. So mostly when they are free or something, they come around to check on the patients and stuff. She was very pretty, dark like that, with white set of teeth. I still have that face literally in my face. Now I remember lying on the bed with a cloth. She came closer to me. What's your name? I said, my name is Deborah. And she was speaking to me so nice. When I finished, I really searched around for her, but up to today, I've even forgotten her name.
Because even me, if there was this nurse that was there the day that I was having my surgery, she was so nice to me, very, very nice. But I think the thing is like they run shifts, so it's like you meet a nurse today, tomorrow you meet that nurse. Me, my problem is not with the day, it's with the night nurses. That's my problem. Because the woman opposite me, like I said, she can't really do anything. So in the night, you can hear her crying. She's thirsty. She wants water. These people are nowhere to be found. Even the room I was before, there was this one who had just come out of surgery. I was there when they took her surgery. She came so late. And then she wanted to pee because like, you can't get up. So they bring a pan and then like you pee inside. she shouted for the nurse. I literally had to get her from my bed and then go and look for the nurse. I had to roam the halls looking for the nurse to call.
And there was nobody.
Later I found the man and then he came because the woman was like, she's getting up, and me, I don't know, I can't go and let her get up. Then if something happens, they'll say who sent me. So
wow.
yeah, no, because the woman, you don't see them. The niceness, you only see them when like it's in the morning. And then, or maybe if they know you're supposed to take your medicine at this time, then they'll come maybe at midnight or something. They'll come and give you your medicine.
And then that's it.
Because I was shouting, she's thirsty. Oh. But around that time, I just had my surgery. I was so, like, my whole body was hurting. I couldn't even get up to go and give her water. I'm crying in the night. May her soul rest in peace. She's dead, Mom.
Oh. I'm so sorry. Right in front of you.
No, she didn't. That's why. So when you were talking about the written off part, so I was there and then I remember my mom was telling me the doctor came to tell me that they said they need blood. Is it 2 or something like that? And then she got only 1, so she's now going to pay someone so that if they give her any blood and then she takes the blood bank, they'll give her blood. And then so after I was discharged, like I texted the girl, I was like, oh, how is she? How is her mom? And everything. And she was like, oh, they are fine. They've discharged her. So I was telling my mom was like, the way they discharged her in her case. So I was there and then my brother saved her number. So and then my brother was like, oh, he saw the girl's status, so it looks like the girl's mom is dead. And I texted her recently that, oh, how is her mom and everything? And she was like, oh, her mom died.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Her case was very severe.
So that was your experience with Ghana and Korlebu and their nurses.
The washrooms.
I just think that the washrooms. Is it as bad as GT?
As bad as GT. GT washroom.
Is it about?
Okay, the floor was at first. It was very neat, and I used to see the cleaners come and clean the morning. But the second one I went to, I didn't see any cleaner clean the place. So, and it's like the same. That place, the place I went to, I didn't like it because I saw like there were so many people. And all of them have different like, I don't even want to. I don't want to remember it, but it wasn't very nice. I was so uncomfortable.
If you really have money, you should psych your mind that in case of anything, you're going to like a private hospital or something.
I mean, to be honest, like the doctors are not bad. Like when I got to the OR, like the operating side, and then I was waiting, like the anesthesia, they come, they'll laugh with you. They are so nice. Like the doctors.
It's the nurses that are the problem.
Yeah. That's the problem. But I don't even say anything. Like, it's not like I won't talk bad against them, but I don't blame them either. Because actually, some patients there's so much pressure. Like they're serving so many people. And like me, like this, I could walk. Most of the people around me couldn't get us, so they have to bath them in bed and all of that. It's a lot of work. So Charlie, I get them, but like I feel like they should still try and be nice. Because I told the woman, my doctor told them to stop all IV, and then my plaster was coming off, and then I was saying that, oh, my plaster is coming off. So when she was doing it, she was putting, it was hurting. Then she was like, oh, the thing is even coming out too. Then she was pushing it, like I was like, hey, I was like, ow. Then she said, is it that painful? And I'm looking at her and I'm like, if it's not that painful, I'm screaming. And then I wanted to take it. I was like, can she just take it out? Because I'm not supposed to take any IVs again. I'm being discharged today, so like, just take it off. And she was like, no, so long as I'm in the hospital there, it has to be inside. So unless they remove it and reinsert it. And that thing has been in my hand since the way my hand was paining me. I said it's okay.
Anyways, that's her experience at Korlebu.
And sometimes they'll forget about you.
Oh, that one there is true.
Yeah, because after my surgery, they'll take you to a recovery ward and they were supposed to come and get me. I finished my surgery at 10. They're supposed to come and get me. I went back to my room at 3 a.m. because they've called and nobody's picking.
Hey! So what if at this point there was another complication or something?
I think the recovery ward nurses are trained to handle
those things.
Yeah, because they give them. Because if you look at your sheet, they give them instructions that this and this, and so the nurses, when they even come around or they look at your sheets, they read it. Say, okay, I'm supposed to take this medicine. I'm supposed to do this and all of that. Yeah. So.
Wow. Anyways, have you been to the hospital lately? Have you experienced anything weird, strange, nice? Met somebody, fall in love, you know?
And at Korlebu, you will meet somebody.
Oh no, I actually met some nice young guys.
Were they sick?
No, like the doctors and nurses.
Oh yeah, the doctors.
They are very nice.
They are very
nice, handsome guys. You know.
Even the students. You know, come around and come and ask a question. I'm just looking at them like there's some guy.
Anyways, that's just by the way. So thank you so much for making time to share how everything went down. But I hope you are feeling much better.
Oh yeah, I've been cleared. Everything is fine now.
Praise the Lord.
But I give like a few advice to people. If you can't afford a private hospital, just go to the public. One thing I feel like you should do is you should have insurance. See,
Ghana.
It doesn't matter. No matter if you private or NHIS or have insurance, because most of your bills will be cut in half. Because when I went there, every time they're like, "Are you paying with insurance or cash?" And I'm like, "Cash." I'm like, "Hey,
they have money."
No, like, "Hey, no, it's so expensive. It's so expensive." And like, I had to be going for reviews after. And every time you go, you pay. So I remember one of the doctors was telling me that, "Oh, I should just get the NHIS because most of the stuff you wouldn't have to, like the review I was going, I wouldn't have to pay for it." Yeah, but I just think that most of the private hospitals don't like the NHIS because they say like they don't pay on time and all of that. But just get insurance. It will cut your bills into half. Like you won't.
Then Ghana buying, they are doing well.
That's you know. Okay, let me not.
Well, sometimes you go to some of the hospitals and they are like, it doesn't cover this drug. It
doesn't cover a lot. But I feel like when it comes to the bills, like mostly the bills, maybe the drugs you have to. So the money you save on the bills, you can use to buy the drugs.
That's cool. Yeah. Anyways, thanks so much. I appreciate your time and everything.
Yeah,
viewers, thank you so much.
One that move from the back. Sorry.
Making time to watch today's episode and video, vlog, whatever it is. And please, if you like what you just saw,
have you seen what Wanda is in the back?
Yeah. Please ignore Wanda. So if you like what you just saw, kindly subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share with your loved ones and friends, and
they share their experiences.
Yeah, share your experiences with us in the comment section. Please, if you want to see more of Ella here, please comment it in the comment section. And yes, I'll bring her back for another video. Thank you so much, guys. Until my next video, don't forget to keep doing you, and do it. So bye.